We are on scene tonight with St. Louis County Police Department showing the dangers that officers face every day. Police responded to a home after a 911 call requesting a welfare check for a man named George Hollins.
Are you hurt?
Somebody called. They're worried about you. That's why we're here, to help you.
After Hollins said he was hurt, police went into the home and found him with a sawed-off shotgun. Hollins said he had mental health issues and told officers to leave. Since no one was injured and no crime had been committed, police went back outside and tried to communicate with Hollins from there. At one point, Hollins came to the front door with the gun. The crisis intervention unit provided guidance to the officers. They left the immediate area to try and de-escalate the situation. Then, multiple people called 911 saying Hollins fired at neighbors' homes and a passing car. Police returned and set up a perimeter. The Crisis Intervention Tactical Operations Unit also responded. But before they arrived, Hollins fired 2 more shots at neighbors. He also threw Molotov cocktails made with a coffee pot and oven cleaner at a home. Another 911 caller said Hollins fired into their home, hitting someone with shotgun pellets. But the victim was not seriously injured.
Be advised, shots fired, 2037 Coleridge Drive, 2037 Coleridge. Neighbor just shot at the reporting party's house. He said the male went back into his house and that obviously the police were just out there for him, so now he's shooting at neighbors' houses.
Be advised, I just saw him on the side of the house, on the side door, holding a shotgun.
1804 advising he spotted the male on the side of the house holding a shotgun.
As police and the crisis team continued to talk to Hollins, a dispatcher kept the officers updated.
Any cars on Coleridge? Do we have an update?
Back inside the house, no visual.
Clear, be advised, we've contacted 2 neighbors and advised them to stay low. Male just fired off another round from inside the residence.
In addition to shooting at a house next door again, Hollins also threw another Molotov cocktail, trying to set the house on fire. Police went to evacuate the home while another officer provided cover from across the street. The officer saw Hollins in a doorway holding the shotgun as if he was going to shoot.
It does appear he's lighting something inside the house now. I see flames. He's holding whatever it is in his hand. Shot fired, 1 down.
The officer fired, hitting Hollins in the chest. He died at the scene. Police recovered the shotgun. Stuck between the door frame and a screen door, investigators found 6 fired shotgun shells. Saw that Hollins tried to create an explosion by putting shotgun shells in a microwave oven. There was minimal damage. The incident remains under review. Joining me as always, Sean Stix Larkin, retired Tulsa police lieutenant. All right, so Stix, police tried to get help for the suspect. They left to try to de-escalate the situation, and then the guy starts shooting at the neighbors.
Yeah, you know, in the latter part of my career, the term with personal violence is something that we started using, or it was just a term, you know, for these type of situations. Basically, when we go to these type of calls where somebody is alone in a house, there's nobody else there that is at risk of injury, and the person really doesn't want to engage, you know, with officers, we do that. We try to de-escalate the situation now by actually leaving. We do a general assessment. Is this guy going to walk outside? Is he going to cause problems for neighbors? Or is he someone that's just going to stay inside? And so we will try to call out either mental health response officers that are trained through the police department or the private entities that, specialize in these type of things.
Because this is exactly what so many people around the country are saying they wish police departments would do, right? They keep saying, oh, we wish that they had psychologists on staff, et cetera. And we're seeing here a situation where they did, and you know, as difficult as it is, it still didn't prevent the situation from getting violent.
Yeah, exactly. You know, here in Tulsa, you know, my agency, we've been doing it like this for years and years. And far as I know, every police department across the country is required for a certain number of annual training hours for officers for mental health response type calls. And that's exactly it. We try to back off. We try to give them space. This type of call, obviously, it's different from somebody suffering from a mental issue that's out in public swinging a machete at somebody. Those type of deals, we don't have time on our hands. We don't have the luxury to set up a perimeter like we do with this house and wait for some other resources.
A dispatcher kept everyone informed throughout the situation. Let's hear some of that radio traffic.
Agent 4, be advised, I just saw him on the side of the house on the side door holding a shotgun.
1804 advising he spotted the male on the side of the house holding a shotgun. All cars be advised subject is standing on side door of the house.
Circuit 2803, see what side of the house he's standing on.
2803 can you advise?
2803, he's on the west side of the house. He's walking outside window.
Clear on the west side of the house walking outside.
Sticks, sometimes I feel like we don't talk about the role of the dispatchers enough in how important they can be in a situation like this.
Yeah, listen, kudos to every single dispatcher in this country, because there is a lot of stress that is put upon them, not just from the people on the phones that they're talking to, but they kind of share in everything that the officers are going through and what they're doing, but they're doing it from afar. They are kind of the unsung heroes for those of us in law enforcement. Absolutely.
And I think we got to remember in this situation, the suspect started shooting again and tried to set a neighbor's house on fire.
Yeah, Dan, this thing went on actually for, I think, 3 or 4 hours from the time that officers first responded out to the house and had the initial contact with them. So he fired shots outside the house, even when law enforcement officers were present. He tries to throw these, these homemade flammable bombs, essentially, onto the neighbor's house. So the police just had a containment. They were very, very patient trying to deal with this situation. They wanted it to end peacefully. But when they realized they had to get neighbors out of a house next door and the suspect comes out with a gun, they're kind of forced into protecting those officers by taking that shot.
And again, I think a reminder that just because someone is mentally ill, it doesn't mean that you can just arrive with psychologists on the scene of a situation like this and deal with it.
No, and that is exactly it. That is spot on. Obviously, they're a great asset. They're a great tool. Your larger agencies obviously have these private groups that they work with, they partner with. Here in Tulsa, we have one called COPES. We have numerous officers that are trained more than other officers for these type of situations, but they are very, very dangerous to everybody involved.
Sean Larkin, thank you. That does it for us tonight. Banfield starts right now. Thank you for watching. Click the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.